Good morning. It is Sunday the 18th. It's just about the afternoon. January 2026. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the plan for the future, just for my course. So first off, the Bloomberg Terminals are closed, or the analytics lab it's called. In my school is closed. I went to the building multiple times during the week and it was closed, every single one. So that's a bit annoying, but it doesn't matter because it'll be open tomorrow and I can do some work. But otherwise, I did do some work outside. I tried to use some Yahoo Finance. It just doesn't go back far enough. So that's unfortunate, but it's fine. I did do some other work, however, that actually does have an effect and does matter for the future. So I looked at an award or like a competition that we can enter into. It's called, thankfully it's in Ireland. It's called the CFA. I don't have it up beside me, and I was like, I can say I remember. I just remember CFA. The CFA Society. I was thinking social. CFA Society Ireland. The Quant Awards, or the quantitative finance competition. I don't know if I said finance like that, but the quantitative finance competition. So basically, I took a look at it, thinking like, okay, I should understand, because I'm pretty decent at maths, and I'm kind of deep into the course. We talk a lot about the quant and stuff. So not really, but you know what I mean. So I wanted to understand a little bit more about it, go deep into it, read more about it, and see if I can understand what they're saying. Not a word, nothing. So my original conclusion was correct about uninformed optimism. I think I'll know a lot more than I actually do. I don't know anything. I can't even understand what I'm reading. So it is not looking good. But I did understand that I didn't understand something, which is a good thing, because that means there's room for growth so that I can then work towards something or some sort of goal in the future. Hence, I have made a map for my course. It looks stupid, because it is, and it's really tough to actually put into motion because you can see there's so many modules. Most of these are electives, I think bar 2. So the main goal is Stochastic Calculus. It is a level 4 module, so there's no chance of me doing it anytime soon. Plus, because all of these are required to do it, there's also no chance of me doing it anytime soon, but it doesn't matter. So since it's a master's level module, I'm going to have to be really, really good at college to be able to get access to it, or be considered to do it. And again, anything could go wrong, but it's worth a shot. I'd rather shoot and miss than not shoot at all. Hence, we have this. So I will initially say I can't even start working on it yet, which sucks, but it's the truth. Because the fundamental beginning of this whole process, as you can probably see, is numbers and functions. I feel like I'm hitting the microphone a lot. Is numbers and functions. That leads to maths analytics, which leads to measurement theory and integration, which they all lead into stochastic calculus, so you need all of them. Advanced calculus I'm doing now, but it's a core module. Intro to probability is in second year, so I can't even do it yet. And then we have PDE, which requires advanced calculus, so I can't. Hence, we are a bit stuck for what we can do right now, because the only one I'm working on is advanced calculus, and that's a core module. So electives-wise, I chose, because this is all theory. Again, I have 3 years. I'll put this in the context. This makes a lot more sense if I do so. I have 3 years, so 6 semesters over 3 years. The first semester of the first year, you cannot choose an elective. Second semester of the first year, you can choose one elective. Actually, for every semester there, from there forward, is one elective. So there is a numbers and functions elective that I need to do. It's only in autumn, and I'm in spring. So the soonest I can possibly do a numbers and functions module is in autumn of next year. But then you see there's already a problem, because I have numbers and functions, followed by maths analytics, stochastic calculus, and then I have 2 other electives in here. That's 5 electives at the least across 4 elective slots. So we're already stuck, and we need to solve our first problem. So the first problem is to actually fit more electives into my, or fit more modules into my course or my program. Thankfully, there is a method to do that in UCD. There's a maximum of 70 credits per year, and every standard is 60 per year, so I can add 2 modules. I just have to pay for them myself, which is fine. Like the scholarship should pay for it okay. Like if I put the funds I get from the scholarship into it, so that should work out pretty fine. Like it's still a bit annoying that I have to pay. Like no, it's not annoying. It's just what it takes, and that's fine. I invest in my education all the time, so there's no problem at all. Then there's the timing. So fitting all of these in the correct time is really tough because 90% of these are autumn. So I'll actually tell you which ones are autumn. Stochastic Calculus is autumn. Measure theory and integration is autumn. That's spring. Numbers and functions is autumn. And PDEs is autumn. So there's our second problem, is trying to fit them all in again. But the map I was able to make is, I'll actually tell you the map. I'll start from what I'm doing now for my spring electives in first year. I'm starting off with mathematics of Google. The reason I chose mathematics of Google is because most of this is like really heavy theory. So any spare electives that I can find, now that I have more than enough elective slots, every spare elective slot that I have, I want to fill with something more practical. The mathematics of Google is a practical module that applies linear algebra to the real world, to real world problems. I don't know why it's called the mathematics of Google, because it isn't, but like, it doesn't matter. It's like, Google's involved in it at least. But it's just linear algebra with applications. Then we move on to our second, if possible. I haven't discussed it with them yet because I only came up with this last week. And again, it isn't open. I tried to go into the school, but no one's there. So I'm going to try and convince them to let me do another module this semester, which is not really a common thing to have in first year ever. But sure, it's worth a shot because I want to see if I can handle the workload first off. Second, I want to do another practical module if I can. Third, the module that I found isn't really that work heavy. But the biggest issue is the fact that I do not have a GPA yet. Corrections and exams come out on the 26th of January. It is currently the 18th, I believe. Yeah, I said it was early. It's currently the 18th of January. Hence, I technically cannot say like, oh, I'm really good or whatever. Even then, when my GPA does come out, I don't know if it's going to be the greatest in the world because I'm doing a maths course and they forced us to do 2 stupid waffle non-mathsy modules. And hence, I obviously didn't do amazing in them compared to what I would do in my maths modules. But the other 4 should carry for the rest of it, so it should be okay. It's just a little bit annoying that they forced us to do some, it doesn't matter. Anyway, focusing on maths. Again, what I can do is what I wanted to do for the spring semester, I'm going to go to the school office and I'm going to ask them to allow me to do, I need to get the name of it, but I believe it's called programming with R. I'm just going to get it up here to make sure I'm correct. Data programming with R. So R is again, I know nothing about computer science, I know nothing about programming, I know nothing about anything to do with coding. So the reason I chose data programming with R is because R is like kind of the standard for academic coding. I think it's called, or like mostly economic coding, or economic academic coding specifically, which is what the project will be. So I want to learn at least how to use it, because I'm quite at a disadvantage if I don't know how to apply it at all with code, because all of quant is basically with code and used with algorithms. So that's kind of like a foundation that I want, not necessarily need, but definitely want. So the reason, again, that I kind of want it is because we do learn Python. So there's an introduction to coding or introduction to programming later on in second year, which covers Python. But again, I still want to broaden my horizons. As well as that, data programming with R is more applicable to the academic side, and I can definitely use it heavily in the competition. So again, you want to focus on that if I can, possibly. But so far, it's good. I just need to ask them if I'm allowed to do it. Following on to first year of stage 2. This is where we start to pick up a lot. I know it's literally just like the only time it can pick up. This is where it picks up. But yeah, it picks up a lot here. Numbers and functions, obviously, because that's our foundation of everything else that builds up to Stochastic Calculus. So it's required to do that first, and it's our only option in autumn. It's our number 1 pick for autumn. Get that done, out of the way. Now, I hope in the future, because I have been told that there is some overlap that isn't discussed on the websites. So there's a chance that I've covered a majority of what is in numbers and functions because it sounds quite simple, I'm not going to lie to you. But again, I think maybe not. So it's good to cover it just in case because it says it is a required prerequisite. So numbers and functions, that's down as our first elective in autumn of stage 2, followed by PDEs in financial maths. Now, that one's a tough one because, again, that's a level 3 module. So you should do, in first year, you should only be doing level 2 modules. In first year, you should only be doing level 1s. You don't have to, but you should. Second year, level 2s. Third year, level 3s. Fourth year, level 4. Or master's, level 4. But here, PDEs in financial maths requires a lot of previous understanding in maths. So I'm taking a big gamble trying to do that in the second semester. It's level 3, I think I said that already. It is a big gamble trying to do that in autumn of second year. But again, I have no other choice because the only slot that it fits into. But regardless, I'm going to try and do it. Then we, as I said before, or I didn't say it before, the 2 electives that I had for first year spring, Mathematics with Google and Data Programming with R, they're both level 2 modules. They were already iffy about putting me in Mathematics with Google, so I don't know if they're going to let me do Data Programming with R, but I'll fight for it, and who knows, maybe they'll let me in, because they let me in the first time. Anyway, we continue on. In spring of stage 2, our electives are mathematical analysis, which is the follow-along of numbers and functions. It's the direct follow-along, actually. And then we have computational finance, which isn't on this list. Like I said, most of this list is full of autumn electives. So mathematical analysis is the only one that is in spring that's on this list. So hence I need to put something else in there. Computational finance, it's a level 3 again, but it seems to be a good bit easier. Again, an application module. So I get to apply a lot of the programming that we learned, which is why it's called computational finance, into the finance world. So that will be pretty good, and I'm really happy and excited to do that if I can. Then we follow along to our hardest stage. Again, this is all theoretical, or hypothetical, but let's hope this plan comes into fruition, because that would be really awesome to have this on a CV, or at least do this and learn this stuff while I'm in college, because this is what I came to college for. We have measure theory and integration as our first. As you can see, it is also a requirement up here for stochastic calculus, but since stochastic calculus is also in autumn, and this is the final year of my course, I will have to do them both side by side, which they say is okay, that is possible, but it's not recommended. So I think it will be fine, but still it will be quite tough. But thankfully, we're doing stochastic models alongside stochastic calculus, so if there's enough overlap there, it should be okay. But it will be tough, especially since stochastic calculus is technically 2 modules in one, which is why it's worth 10 credits, not 5. So I'm immediately at 40 credits for the first semester, hence the second semester of, for spring of stage 3, there's only 1 elective. And I chose Bayesian analysis, and that's because it's used a lot in Quant Finance, and it's also a level 4 module. Again, I don't know if I can get in, but it's a good one to fight for, and it gives you like a really big head start in Quant Finance if you have this in your undergraduate. Hence, I want to learn it now, or like in my undergraduate, and maybe even apply it to the, because again, they do postgraduates and interns, but if I can apply Bayesian analysis to the project that I'm working on, that would be amazing. But that's it. That's the plan that I've made for the next few years. If it works out, it's a completely different story. My GPA has to be above a first-class honors the entire time, which is going to be difficult. Well, I wouldn't say it's going to be difficult. I think it should be okay, actually. But it's going to be difficult for the first semester right now because of those 2 non-mathsy modules, because every single other module is like mathsy. So that's good anyway. Otherwise, that's kind of all the... Oh, timetable issues. There may be a difficulty in overlap of the timetables, and if there is, that means this whole plan falls apart. But I still think it's worth shooting my shot, because every shot you don't take is a guaranteed miss, I think is like something along those lines. You miss every shot you don't take, that's it. So I want to at least try, and plus, even if I don't or if I'm not allowed to do stochastic calculus at the very end, I still learned a ton. So it definitely was not a waste of time if I get to get into it. But we take it baby steps. At least we're planned ahead, so we know what we're going to do in the future and what our aim is. So we're not going to like get there and then eventually realize, oh, I actually can't do this. So we know for a fact that we can do all of these things, or at least we can build up to these, even if we can't do them in the future, but it doesn't matter. So right now, tomorrow, Bloomberg Terminals open, going to request special access to stay in them really late. That's the next goal. Start doing a bit of, like, collect data and do a bit of coding if I can on the Bloomberg Terminals and see if I can do some sort of application right now with my very, very basic understanding of everything. I mean, it's like good to understand it and try and apply what you learn in class to what you know in the actual applications of it on the terminals. And then I also need to ask about data applications with R, see if I'm allowed to pay for an extra module, because I'll be paying for extra modules throughout my entirety of college, which will be very expensive, but worth it, because investing in your education is one of the best things you can spend your money on, which is cool. But that's it. That's the update. Thanks for listening.